I am amazing. It's a great Tuesday.
It is a great Tuesday.
How are you?
Well, I'm terrific.
It is. How are you doing?
It's fantastic because, well, you are not my normal co-host for lunch, and I'm beyond thrilled to have you join me today. Right, yay! I mean, hey, Scott, we miss you. But in the meantime, Joseph, would you mind introducing yourself for our guest today?
Sure. My name is Joseph Eccles. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Student Communication at Southern Crescent Technical College, which is located in Georgia. We have 5 locations. Our main campus is in Griffin. We also have a really large campus in Henry County. We have one in Butts. We have one in Fayette. We have one in Flint and Jasper County. So we're all over kind of that southern side of Georgia.
I had no idea you had that many campuses. That's absolutely incredible. Because I always joke that, I'm such a fan of you and what you're doing, but then also the campuses that I'm going to pretend to be a high school student and come back to school so I can go back the real way.
You still look like you could be in high school. That works.
Thanks. I eat a lot of sawdust. It's the magic. Yeah. Oh well, Joseph, thank you so much for joining us for lunch today. And normally, while we're waiting for fans to join us and kick things off, I geek out about something. And some weeks it's cooler than others. This week I'm actually excited about because it kind of ties into the guests that we're talking to this week. I started my construction career in residential construction and I fell in love with it. There was something magical about going into someone's home and working on the most important investment that they'll ever have. We're artists, how great is that? And so this is something I haven't actually brought out in a while. And it's my tool bags. These are my Occidental tool bags. I started framing with the tool bags my grandfather had, but then I was able to eventually save up and get a pair of Occidentals. And if you don't know, Occidental tool bags are like the Louis Vuitton coat for women. It is like.
So you're saying you're a bougie construction worker?
Oh, big time. Oh, heck yeah. I get to bring the fashion back into construction too. It just, made me laugh because now I do a lot of work in my shop. And so I don't necessarily wear bags all the time, but this was a part of my outfit in my uniform every day. I mean, they fit me and I don't know. There was something so wonderful about remembering starting off an industry, and I'm excited to chat about our guest, how she ties that in. But before I geek out more, so let's talk about what you do at Southern Crescent, because Joseph, I learned as a framer for the first time on a job site. That's a hard way to learn construction. Right. So let's talk about how you help out students.
All right. So I've been in higher ed a little over 15 years. I started off at the traditional college for 11 years. I was doing recruitment there. And then I decided to come over to the tech side just because I felt like the narrative of tech schools was really negative for a long time, and that now everybody is starting to understand its purpose. So on the education side, on the trade side, it's always served a purpose. And I also see students who actually go to a trade first are so much further ahead than those who don't, because 1, they don't owe as much in college debt, if any at all. 2, they always have a career path. So it may not be their career, but it's a job that they can always do to either make money or to supplement income in between jobs. So I just want to be part of that message.
I love it, because one of the skills I think everybody should do too is work in a restaurant. You learn that hangry is a thing and you can take care of it. And while that's a good skill to fall back on, it's not really that reliable. And the fact you're providing students with this long-term skill that really happens. But, I realized, I obviously have my tool bags here, that I didn't want to be a framer forever. I like doing other things. So let's talk about, if you start in one path, you have to stick with that forever.
Oh, no, not at all. And also keep in mind, like the schools that I'm a part of, so like the TCSG system or just tech schools, period, we're really filling the void that used to be in high school. So like in high school, for lack of a better phrase, our older generation, they had wood shop, they had home ec, they had automotive, they had all these things. But if you go to a school that doesn't have a career center, you don't have access to any of these at all at that age anymore. So whether you're young, still in high school and you're trying to pursue it, or you've already gone into your career path, these are just opportunities. The website. This is our website.
Awesome. Well, great. We can't look it up. What is the website again? Please tell me it real quick.
www.sctech, so that's sctech.edu. And this is our website. You see all of our programs. We have tons to choose from. And there's 3 different levels of degrees you can earn. One's called a TCC, which is your technical credit. One is a diploma, which normally takes about a year. And then we have a full associate's degree that'll also transfer to traditional 4-year colleges.
Whoa, that's actually really important to talk about, because I think now we lose students in the discussion on what happens after high school. Do you go to college? You know, if you want to go into the trades, is associate's degree appropriate in some places? And the fact, wow. So how many students do you have in the program? I'm sorry to throw you in.
We average between 5 and 6,500 students a year. So we have we're a pretty big technical school. We do really well.
I absolutely love it. Well, I hope all of your students check out this interview later today with our guests, because, you know, right? Please, because there are so many avenues for employment, and the opportunities are so broad. And it's great that, I don't know, Joseph, really, if we could do it all over again. I know I'm part of the older generation.
I'm like you. I'm just like you. If I could go back again, I would have gone to get a trade first. And even for like the parents who are out there, or even just our older people, think how much money you could save if you just had a trade. You don't have to call the HVAC person who charges you $100 just to pull up. You know, it's just.
Yeah. Well, that also brings something up. It's a great point, that you really don't have to be a student to learn a trade.
Nope.
You know, you don't have to be a recent graduate either. Like,
nope. Nope. I strongly suggest everyone to find something that they still enjoy and just go back, because the cost of actually getting the trade is so inexpensive. So there's a lot of programs, especially here in Georgia, where if you don't have a bachelor's degree, there's programs that you can actually get a trade for free. But there's also other programs where if you do have to pay out of pocket, it's only $100 per credit hour. So it's still so affordable. Like, why wouldn't you?
Wow, that was gosh, Colorado's very different from Georgia, and yet again, Georgia's doing it better. Ugh. As soon as I can handle that.
All right, it's trickling around. The word's getting out, so don't worry, it's coming.
I love that. And so I hope a lot of folks also look up your information to check out the opportunities specifically in Georgia, because I don't have a bachelor's degree. I need to come to Georgia.
See?
I know you guys.
And just when you look it up, just ask about the Hope Career Grant, and we can give you a whole list of the programs you can take advantage of.
Hope Career Grant, most excellent. Well, Joseph, you are the best surprise co-host guest that I've had so far. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
It's a pleasure.
And hey, a question, you know, if you'd like to, feel free to hang out for the entirety of the chat. I would love your input at the end. That would be awesome. So, Joseph.
I'll be here.
Oh, surprise guest. Oh, this is how we actually crashed the internet. Would you mind repeating your website one more time for our fans, just so they can check out your information?
Yes, our website is www.sctech, which is S as in Sam, C as in Charlie, TECH.edu.
Brilliant. Joseph. All right. Well, we will see you in a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to chat. All right. We are chatting with my friend, and I'm very excited, guys, Branka Minic. Branka, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Kayleen. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so thrilled to have you here too, because I've been a big fan of what your organization has been up to for a little over a year now, but plus that. But I know what it is. So you are with the Building Talent Foundation. So Branka, can you tell us a little bit about the foundation and what you do with them?
I certainly will. Thank you, Kayleen. So Building Talent Foundation is a non-profit, not-for-profit organization with the purpose to address and solve the labor shortage across building trades. And I want to set the record straight. I hate that term not-for-profit, because when you think about it, we are a for-impact organization. And the impact that we are doing, right? We are, on one side, we are helping companies get great people, great talent, and thus making more profit. And on the other side, we are helping people get great jobs and make a good living. So how can we then be not for profit? That's kind of an anomaly. So I don't like that term. I like to say we are a for impact organization.
I am changing that right now in all my paperwork. You win for the term of the day. That's brilliant because it's true. And I'm really impressed that the impact that you want to make is in a sector that really hasn't been addressed yet. It's kind of been underrepresented in the recent years, especially with the push for workforce development. So with this For Impact Foundation that you represent, tell us a little bit about what they're trying to impact the most.
Okay, so I have to start at the very beginning.
Okay.
I grew up in Europe, and my whole family was in construction. So my grandfather created a company in 1908, and heating, ventilation, air conditioning, plumbing. So he was a general contractor, really. And then my father ran that business, and now my brother is running it. And I think they're listening to us from Europe, by the way. So hi, brother.
Hi! International fans, brilliant. Oh, I love it.
And all throughout my childhood, I listened to this, we cannot find good people. There are not enough good tradespeople out there. And then, I went to school, I got my degree in computer engineering and computer science, and I did all this work in workforce development. And then now, when I learned all that I learned, I came back to actually solve this problem of people in residential construction. So it's kind of a whole circle, and I'm very happy about, doing this, what I'm doing. I have tremendous passion for what we stand for. So we were formed by 20 largest leading home building companies. You will probably know them all,
Yes.
Lennar, D.R. Horton, Mccabe, Home, Beazer, Meritage, Taylor Morrison, Tri Pointe, Burkitt, Residential, and you know the whole list. So these companies got together and said, we need to do something about this problem of labor shortage, and we need to do it together. We need to combine and join our forces, our resources, and address the problem. So we did a very serious study. What is really the problem? What is really the problem? And there are really more than one problem,
Yes.
Yes. Every problem is a complex situation. So there's not enough young people joining these careers. They're not perceived as appealing to young people, and they are wrong about that.
Yes.
They associate the 4Ds with construction, difficult, dangerous, dead end, and what is one more? I forgot. There are 4Ds, but I'll send you that. And that's not true. That's not true. That these jobs are very interesting. They're very rewarding. They have great career pathways, and there is a tremendous sense of pride when you build homes. So that's the first problem. We want to change that perception. We want to help everybody explore careers in residential construction and construction in general. Then the second problem is this misalignment between employers and educators. There are many good schools and there are many good programs, but not necessarily they always know what employers are doing and what they need. And then employers, and many of our employers are smaller companies, they're very, very busy all day at job sites. They don't have time or resources to really do heavy recruiting and connections with schools. So that's where we play. That's what Building Talent Foundation is, that connector, an extension of the HR for companies and an extension of the career services for education institutions.
Oh, I love it so much. It's perfect. It's perfect because Branka, this is the kind of missing connector, right? Talking about, I had a teenager in my house yesterday and really sounding out their next steps and reminding, like when I graduated, I had options. I could go work fast food or other things, but now they aren't as clear on how to get into this industry that we speak so highly of. I know we brought up your website a moment ago. Would you mind saying your website name so folks can check out information on this, just to start off with?
So our website is buildingtf.org. So Building Talent Foundation, but tf.org. And, this is for all partners. This is also for organizations that are providing training or support different target groups. We are very big on helping women get into this industry, people of color, making sure our veterans, returning citizens, so all different groups have proper access. And there you go, that's our partners there on the bottom supporting us. But we have another side that I think for students and people changing careers could be very interesting. That's our jobs to build site. That's our job board, career exploration, really a new site that we launched about 2 months ago. It's no cost to anybody. So please join us here. For people who are looking for a job or looking for a career, and for employers looking for talent, this is the place to go.
This is a great resource, especially for folks. I kind of want to bounce along. This is so exciting. Yes, it's brilliant. So I want students to sign up to this website so they can get their name out there. Now, let's pretend I'm a high school student and I might have my OSHA 10, but I'm kind of curious about stuff. Oh, so signing up for this website sounds like a very smart idea. Does it give me an option to explain that I'm new to the industry, that I'm seeking maybe an internship or an apprenticeship?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, the site exists in multiple languages. It also, you can do it on your phone, so you don't have to have a laptop. So that's really important, I guess, to today's generations. Yes. And when you register, you build your profile. So it gives you these options where you click, like OSHA 10 is very important. So you click on OSHA 10 and it takes that into your profile. And then there are other skills there and what you're looking for and what is your availability. And then the best part, you press on resume and it builds your resume for you. So you don't have to go through that pain of formatting and making it look good. It actually creates the resume for you. So I think that's a great benefit right there.
It's one.
Yeah, tell me. I mean, today nobody likes to build resumes, so the site does it for you.
That's very, very smart. I recently was asked to submit a resume for a teaching position, but I've been a call-in psychic and a contractor and I'm a dispatcher. None of it makes sense. And so the fact that you can actually assist with that process, it's very intimidating. And I think people shut down with that. I love it. What a great, great opportunity. So, go ahead.
And then your next step, you can search for jobs. So even if you're not ready to apply, let's say you're still in class or you're considering your options, well, you can search for jobs and check what is out there. What are the job descriptions? What companies are looking for? What they are offering? Who are the names of companies in your particular area? Everything is obviously very geographic, very local. And then if you're ready, you can apply right there. You can click on the apply and your application goes straight to the employer. So that's, a very easy way for people to connect to employers who are looking for talent. But we also have this group of experienced recruiters, career coaches, engagement managers who are there to support individuals and companies. So it's not just high tech, it's high tech and high touch.
Wow. All right. So winning all over the board. I love this because really, I am not great with technology. And so having the assistants to kind of walk me through, while I could build you a house, no problem, sometimes connecting to Zoom is a challenge. And so giving people the opportunity to have this also actually sounds like a really great resource for teachers, because then they can have their students sort of explore and then become aware of what classes should they take or educational opportunities should they follow up with to set them up for success. It's fantastic. And let's just rewind a little bit because, on my lunch show, normally we talk to a lot of folks in residential and industrial construction, commercial and industrial. And you're kind of the first residential but small commercial project. What are some of the challenges on getting people into residential construction?
Well, challenges abound, and some of the challenges we share with commercial and with industrial, but I think on top of that, residential is not as visible, because the employers might be smaller, and these employers might not have huge advertising budgets to position themselves in local communities. So I think that that's an additional, problem for companies to find talent. So if you think of us, we represent all of those smaller companies and larger companies in residential. And when a candidate comes to us, through a school or through one of our recruiting partners, we talk to the person, what is it that you like? What is of interest? What do you want to do in your career? What excites you? What do you feel most comfortable? Because as you know, there is a person for every job and there is a job for every person. We just have to find the right match. And that's what we are good at, So for young people, I really think the important thing is for them to explore, giving them enough opportunities to explore and make their choices. And it's definitely not the choice between, do I go to college or do I go and work? That's not the right choice. You can have college anytime you want. It's not like college is only available when you are 18, right?
Yes,
So
that is a huge myth. They'll take your money at any time.
That's right. And why do that? Why not combine that later on where you can add classes when you really know what you want to do? At 18, you might have many dilemmas. So I really think it's better to postpone college and to work and then add college later on.
You're the wisest guest we've had on. Yeah, Branka, thank you for saying these things. I know this. It makes sense, especially when you look at in residential construction, there are a lot of different industries it takes to build a house. Why would you settle for just the first thing you do and then stop at that? And, I think also that the only way to find it is through college. So smart. Now,
that residential construction has the lowest barrier to becoming a business owner. When you compare different industries, and in residential construction, you have a very low age for starting businesses in terms of owners and also immigrant owners. So this industry welcomes people who are entrepreneurial, and that's one of the career paths. Young people don't always see this, that it's not just about being a plumber and a better plumber and a master plumber, and making a killing out there. It's also, you can be an electrician and then become a very good electrician, then a crew leader, then you can own your own business and run your own crews and become a bigger business, right? Yeah. Or you can go this third path where you are very good as an HVAC installer or technician, and then at night you take some classes at your local community college, you add a degree, then you apply to one of the construction companies in an entry-level job, and you do the corporate route. I mean, we have many of our vice presidents of construction and high-level, C-level executives who started as painters or roofers or framers. So those are, the options are absolutely, the sky's the limit.
Oh, it really is. I agree completely, because residential construction does give that entrepreneurial opportunity. Does the foundation in any way support new business owners? Because while it is a low barrier for entry, I also think it's the hardest job you could possibly imagine to try to do solo. So are there any sort of assistance given by the foundation for that?
It's in preparation. So I don't want to give all the secrets out. Okay. Next time when you invite me, we'll talk about that.
Hey, you're on the calendar already. Let me know. Oh, it's so good. So this, obviously, I'm passionate about it, and I love what you're doing and how you're connecting. What areas is this program available in right now, and where do you plan on expanding to next?
Great question. So right now we are in 3 states. We are in Arizona, in Phoenix and Tucson. We are in Texas, in Austin, San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas. And then we are in Florida, in Tampa, Orlando, and we just opened Jacksonville. And I will definitely go also down to South Florida. But I'm very excited that we will be opening Knoxville, Tennessee on July 5th, and definitely looking at Georgia next. So, you know, I'm so excited that actually I have this great relationship with Sefka, and we're talking about partnering and working together. That's what, you know, Building Talent Foundation is based on collaborations and partnering with other entities. So it's great to go into a new state and already have a sister there, you know, Sefka.
We do. Oh, for sure, it's wonderful. And I'll be in Texas next week, so I can't wait down in San Antonio to chat about this to those folks as well. Branka, this has been amazing. I'm really excited. And I see we have your website brought up again, which again, folks who are interested to be employers or employees should check out this site for both sides, but also just more information in general on residential construction. And I would love if we could scroll down to the bottom of that website just to show some of the sponsors for the foundation, because I've been in this industry a really long time, and the fact that all these groups came along and played together is gigantic. It's not sort of a little thing. It's what we've been waiting for the last 15 years. So all of the foundation sponsors, I want to thank, because hooray, I love it. It's great that we're finally celebrating this. So Branka, we're going to chat for just another moment while my awesome media team finds that page. But in the meantime, I'd love to bring Joseph back in and hear his thoughts about this, because again, Branka, if I could be a kid, I'm gonna go to high school in one of your states and apply for this. So Joseph, welcome back. What did you think about today's lunch?
This was great. I'm excited that she said they're coming to Georgia soon. Like, come on, let me know if I can help that transition happen.
Absolutely. We can be a partner even before we come to Georgia. Let's talk, Joseph.
Let's make that happen. Yeah, I hope people understand what she's referencing and how important that is. And just like even the path to entrepreneurship, it's bigger. The more you understand of how your business operates, the smoother that transition is, and the learning curve is shortened. So that's great. That's great info.
It really is a wonderful partnership. Branka, go ahead.
To diversify our industry, really, we need to diversify business ownership first. And that's how we're going to have the biggest impact on getting more women, getting more people of color into this industry, and by providing opportunities to create their own businesses. And I think that's going to be our next big chapter. But for now, get on Jobs to Build and sign up. We want to work with all the employers, all the education partners, all the recruiting entities. We're open for collaborating with anybody.
I absolutely love it. Yes, jobstobuild.com, where you should go to check out the employment opportunities. And to be honest, I kind of want our friends, even overseas, and all of our fans, sign up anyway, because this program is going to go national. While it's a slow growth in these states, it will eventually be nationwide, probably all of North America, because again, the founding partners are huge. So Branka, I cannot thank you enough for joining me for lunch today. This was a treat and a half and very informative. I hope, again, we crash your website with all sorts of information. And Joseph, thank you so much for hopping on to be my special surprise co-host. This was it was a treat and a half. This is a great lunch.
Anytime you need me, I got you.
Low calorie. Hey, Kayleen, next time we have to do a real lunch.
Yes, real lunch is going to happen. I'll be in Florida soon. I have family down in Longboat Key, so count me in.
I'm looking for a reason to go to Miami, so.
Right. Hey, I think a group meeting with lunch in Miami. Well, now it's recorded and it's out on the internet, so it has to happen. So
that's right.
Both Joseph and Branka, again, thank you so much for joining us for lunch. If you'd like any more information, please feel free to check out Jobs to Build as well, Building TF.org, and then also check out sefka.org for more information. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to text Career Path to 31996, and join us next week where we are going to geek out about, I think, construction ready in Sefka. So it'll be a great kind of roundhouse. I know. Woo, woo. So, oh my gosh, you both were fantastic. I'm actually going to go eat lunch now. This was so much fun. Oh my gosh. Thank you both, and have a good day.
Thank you for having me.
Great one. Bye, y'all.
Nice meeting you,
Bye-bye.
Joseph.
Nice to meet you as well.
Bye-bye,
I'll be in
everyone.
touch.
Good, you should. Great friends. Woo!
Bye.